Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be testing Gekishin Squadra on a 14, almost 15-year-old CPU. And so the minimum requirements are way higher than that. I think it's like 8th gen, but let's go for this. Okay, so here we have the settings. As you can see, we are on low settings. A low or FXAA, no motion blur, anti-stop filtering, and basically everything else off. And at 720p resolution. This is to specifically test the CPU performance. So this is not a GPU performance test, just CPU wise. Well, this is the first time a Dragon Ball game works online for me, because my local region has some issues with Dragon Ball games, especially Sparking Zero and Xenoverse 2. Xenoverse 2 works, but there's a lot of lag, so this is a surprising thing for me that it actually works. Now, we have here the recorded gameplay here, but I have different numbers because recording impacts performance. But we can get the general view of how it performs. Okay, so as you can see, we are over 200 FPS right now whilst recording. Well, it dropped a bit, but this is impressive for a 14, almost 15-year-old CPU running this game. I can't deny I didn't expect it to be this optimized. As you can see here, we've got a minimum requirement of i3 8100 or AMD Ryzen 3 3100, and 8 gigs of RAM, and a GTX 650 or R9 270. Now, this is actually way higher than expected, because look at how all the CPU performs. I mean, those are also quad-core 8-threaded CPUs, and I don't think it's actually necessary. I think you can get away with like a 2nd gen i3. So this is pretty much a very good CPU performer. And look at the minimum GPU requirements. I mean, the GTX 650 is also like 11, no, even more. It's maybe like 14 years old as well. So when last did you see this type of optimized game in recent history? So yeah, I'm really impressed with this game's performance. If every game can come out performing like this, hey, that would be lovely now, wouldn't it? We've got the i7 2600K overclocked to 4.4 GHz and 32 GB of RAM, and nothing else in the background. So you see it's only using 8.1 GB of RAM. So it's a little bit higher, but that's the benefit of having more RAM. You can get away with just 8 GB. And we are using the GTX 970 also overclocked, just to boost extra GPU performance, although I am running at 720p resolution. Now, as you can see, the CPU is the definite bottleneck. The second number next to the 64 degrees Celsius at the GTX 970 is the usage, and it's ranging from the 65 to 70% usage. And this is with a lot of action happening right now. So it's definitely bottlenecked on the CPU at this point. Now, let's get into the numbers for the game, the average frame rate, the 1% lows and the 0.1% lows. Now, the average frame rate is running at 226 FPS. The 1% low frame rate is running at 119 FPS, and the 0.1% low is running at 18 FPS. Now, this is really not bad. It is a little bit stuttery considering the 0.1% low frame rate, but this is a 2025 game running on the 2011 CPU, the Core i7 2600K. So 14 to 15, almost 15 years old CPU getting 226 FPS. And yes, like I said, it stutters a bit, but you can always get more GPU bound. It probably will stutter less at that point. Maybe run at like 1440p or run at higher settings because this is low settings. But yeah, this is really a phenomenal performer for a Dragon Ball game. Considering you look at Sparking Zero's requirements, and even Xenoverse 2 had an update increasing some performance requirements. So this is really a very well optimized game. The only thing I can criticize about this game at this point is that the monetization, yes, it's free, but you're gonna probably need to pay a lot to essentially get all the characters and skins and stuff when they add DLC, or basically more characters in the roster and expand the game. Usually what happens with these games, they have like a gacha element, almost like, I don't know, League or like even Legends. Dragon Ball Legends is a good example. So I hope it's not too bad. Otherwise the game is pretty fun. I can't complain. It's a free game and it looks pretty good. It has cool skins and a lot to do. Well, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one, and comment what game I should test next. Thank you and goodbye.
If you wish not to fight back, I understand, but I am going to destroy this entire planet.